We're back, folks. You might recognize that that paddleboarder, Elias Gallegos, our friend of the CWMI 50. Anyway, guys, we are talking about New Mexico Magazine today. It's published every month, and it features topics from around the land of enchantment.
That's right, including our multicultural heritage, arts, climate, environment, and diverse people, of course. And joining us now is Dave Herndon, the editor-in-chief of New Mexico Magazine.
Dave, good to see you. So, aside from getting Eli on your cover, tell us about this issue. A lot of outdoor sports going on.
Yes.
It seems fitting. I mean, it's that time of year.
It's that time of year. There's some great events coming up in May for paddling and cycling and all that stuff. And so it's an issue where we can provide a little bit of inspiration about outdoors athletes who are utilizing the fantastic assets we have here in New Mexico.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of world-class athletes here doing their thing, and a lot of them started out as beginners. So that's our covering line there.
So beginners, there's a chance for them.
Beginners to winners.
All right, so first off, there's an extreme kayaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ed Lucero was, is a native New Mexican who got out of the Navy and started kayaking, bought a kayak with his last paycheck from the government, and started paddling around in the canals of Albuquerque. And at that time, there was a technological advance in the sport. The kayaks became more, maneuverable, etc. And he was just riding the guy at the right time, the right place. And he set a world record for dropping a 104-foot waterfall in 2003, and then became a real ambassador for the sport. And it still is. He's participating in a Mother's Day Whitewater Festival up on the Rio Grande near Pilar. So that's one of the events that we're pegged to, and his story is like one of these deals. Like, he just started doing it and became great at it. And
well, and you also, there's another story too that deals with biking that I was reading a little bit, and it really is a great story because here it is, and I love this. It says, only New Mexico would encourage a 46-year-old middle-class mother of two with crow's feet and a cesarean scar to attempt such a crazy feat, which I think is a great excerpt to this story.
Well, and that's in her own words too.
That's great.
She wrote the story. She had been an elite athlete in various sports during her youth, and then never quite peaked, like kind of just didn't make the Olympics in distance running, and gave up on swimming, and but found herself in this situation, a lawyer, a little bored, a little stressed, mother of two.
Needing something.
Looks outside, sees somebody riding a bike around, says, hey, let's do some biking. 4 years later, she's winning the 24-hour National Mountain Bike Championship, which was held last year in Gallup.
Wow.
There's a lot of these extreme 24-hour races and stuff around the state, and a lot of, so another story of like a beginner to a winner. And and we do provide points of entry for people that are beginners or amateurs.
Like me.
Yeah.
Beginner.
And but there's another event coming up. The following weekend after Mother's Day in Santa Fe, the Outside Bike and Brew Festival. So Outside Magazine is the national brand of outdoors adventure sports, and they are based in Santa Fe, and they're holding a Bike and Brew Festival. The second one last year was a big success; like 6,000 people showed up. There's a Santa Fe Century, which is a 100-mile road race, and that's been ongoing, but that's folded into the festival now. And there are mountain biking races and events and rides, and then the craft brew scene is sort of brewers come from around to the rail yard, and then there's a tour de brewer because the Santa Fe has a bunch of little great breweries and an easy ride from each other.
Great.
Not too much danger of drinking and driving there, I hope.
Yeah.
And this year they're adding bands. They got the Reverend Horton Heaton.
Oh, really? I love that.
Right.
I love the Reverend Horton. He's great.
This is an event that's starting to get up and go, and it's another example of this great inherent asset we have here in New Mexico, and we can all participate and celebrate on whatever level, whether you want to do a 24-hour mountain bike race, go extreme, or go have some beers in the rail yard and listen to Reverend Horton Heat.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, one thing that always reminds me of the warm weather, food trucks. And you guys have an article about food trucks.
Yeah. So food trucks are, everybody loves them, for all the right reasons.
Right.
There's some place between fast food and slow food, right? They're kind of slow and kind of fast.
Yeah. Right.
but there's affordable, great food, and it improves our culinary culture. It improves our street culture. It makes great affordable food easier, for regular people to get and afford, and it gives these bootstraps entrepreneurs a chance to have a food business without having to have a bricks and mortar restaurant. And there's a lot of New Mexico touches. We have our distinctive cuisine, and it's reflected in our food trucks too. So we've identified some around the state. Obviously, there's a great cluster of them here in Albuquerque. It's a growing thing in Santa Fe, Las Cruces, Roswell. I mean, there's some really good food trucks around. So, and
there's a great diversity of not only the cuisine and what they're doing. There was a photo at the very beginning, the Street Food Institute, which does great stuff with the National Hispanic Cultural Center in terms of teaching people how to eat healthy. They do great stuff. Anyway, Dave, lots to cover in this. Unfortunately, not enough time to do it. So if we want to get our own copy of this, dive into it, what's the best way to do that?
So, we're on the newsstands at every, CVS and all that, every stores you go into on a daily basis. Go to if you don't want to do that, go to nmmagazine.com. Click on the subscription. Click through the subscription process, and sign up.
And then there it is, that easy. All right, guys. Well, for more information on New Mexico Magazine's May issue, head over to casa.com. Dave, always a pleasure to see you.
Great to be here, guys.
Well,